We all love a ghost story, whether it's told by your mate by torchlight at a sleepover or by an anonymous contributor on your favourite subreddit. But it's hard to deny, once you've heard a few, it kind of feels like you've heard them all.
With that in mind, we put a call out on Instagram for people to share their spooky stories with us, and you lot did not disappoint. The stories you're about to hear have come from real people. They're wholly original, and as far as we're concerned, 100% true.
I'm Mel.
I'm Laura.
And this is Ghoul Gang Unheard. Are you ready?
Yes, it is. I'm ready, sorry.
You thought I was going in a different direction.
I didn't know where you were going to go. I didn't know if we were saying it at the same time as well, but I chickened out.
So the first one
Yes.
is your story.
Of course it is, because it's my show.
But you're the top of the iceberg, so it does get creepier from here.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, this goes back to when you were a flight attendant.
I don't know if I ever mentioned this, Melanie, but I did used to be cabin crew.
There you go. She was cabin crew. You might have seen her, you might have not, but there you go. Are we ready to get into this one?
I'm ready to get
I'm
into
scared
the
already.
world's longest intro. The uninvited guest. As I already mentioned, I used to work as cabin crew, which meant I got to spend a lot of time in hotels, and some of them were lovely. Some of them had the sort of carpet you wouldn't want to walk on in your shoes, never mind in your bare feet. So my favourite hotel was in Johannesburg. She's been around.
Oh.
So it says on the toilet wall. It was beautiful. It was full of old wooden furniture, and the bathroom looked more like a spa. Like the ensuite looked more like a spa than a bathroom. We arrived in the evening and I did my usual post-flight routine. So chucked my stuff on the bed. I looked behind the door, I looked in the wardrobes, I looked under the bed, I looked in the bathroom, I did my usual murderer check.
Sensible.
Thank you, Melanie, sensible. Dumped my stuff, hopped in the shower. I was only in there for sort of 10 minutes. I like to get in and boil myself like a lobster. Hopped out, grabbed the dressing gown, and as I went back into the bedroom, I froze, because every single wardrobe drawer, even the tiny little, the little drawers that are in the big obnoxious desk that's like next to the cook chair,
Yeah.
every single pulled out, just like they'd all opened at once. But my suitcase and my handbag completely untouched, still on the bed. So I obviously turned to the door, expecting it to be wide open, but no, still locked, still bolted, still with the doorstop underneath. Did I mention the doorstop? I don't think I did. Here's some context. Whenever I go to a hotel room, even now, I lock the door, bolt the door, and I put a little doorstop under it because I don't trust hotel locks. I've been burned before. As far as I'm concerned, nobody could have got in. I panicked, got dressed as quickly as I could, literally just threw on any random clothes, went straight down to the bar and literally just stayed there until I was drunk enough to convince myself to go back. And I got back to the room and everything was as it had been. So all the drawers are still out, the cupboards are still open, the wardrobes are still open. I didn't really know what else to do with that, so I just closed everything up, got into bed, left the lights on, put the telly on and tried to go to sleep, which I did. But then obviously I woke up several times throughout the night because I was basically like a Russian sleep torture experiment. There was no way I was sleeping through that. But every time I woke up, I would look over at the window and there was what looked like a tall man wearing a top hat just stood behind the curtain looking at me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Obviously I lived to tell the tale. I survived, but I'm not really sure what that was. I don't know what caused it. Was it a ghost, or was somebody already in the room? Did somebody come in that, like, there's so many awful options and I don't really like any of them.
I suppose my first question is, was this hotel on a cruise ship? Like dipping?
On a cruise ship?
Did you miss that bit out?
Are you on a boat, Laura?
I have to ask, that's what they're thinking.
Is that what you're thinking? Were you on a boat? No, it was not, I promise. I only did planes and never did boats.
That's wild and terrifying. I'm the same as you. Like, when I go away, I have to make sure it's double bolted. I have to make sure that it's completely locked. I don't know how you went to sleep after that. Obviously, the drinks helped, but wild. Did you hear anything when you were in the shower?
No, nothing. I mean, I do be singing.
Right.
I'm a singer.
Professional.
When in the bathroom, yes. And so I didn't hear anything, but how could they have got past the doorstop?
Yeah. Well, the window, was that like how far up were you?
High enough. Like, you could, I remember the room because you could see like into it's where the swimming pool was and everything.
Right.
And you could see out, but you'd have had to like sort of shimmy up a plant that looked like that. That was the only way to get in. And also, how didn't I hear it? And also, the windows didn't open that far as well, so it'd have to be a really skinny man in a top hat, I guess.
Also, the fact that your handbag and your suitcase weren't touched. So, what were they looking for?
My worst case scenario is that they were already in there.
But you checked.
I checked. And then there's part of me that's clearly a pick me, and I'm like, what were you there for? Why did you leave?
That's really creepy. Did you ask any of the hotel staff whether or not there was any spooky? No,
I didn't. Do you know? And I didn't mention it to. So I went down to the bar and met up with some of the other crew. But on these, like, you never fly with the same people twice. If you do, that's really rare. So I didn't want to go down and be like, oh, strangers, this has just happened to me, because you don't want them to be like, oh, she's odd.
Yeah, that's that weirdo. Yeah, she's
frightened of her own room. She opened a drawer and forgot. Just kind of sat at the bar like. It was 10 years ago, so I didn't have like the frontal lobe to be like, oh, I should like look into the history of this hotel.
Maybe we should look into it for the next episode.
Would you like that?
The Black Figure.
Our next story comes from Lauren, who worked night shifts in a care home. Apparently, it was so common for strange things to happen there. A night with no activity seemed unusual. Remind me to never go into care work.
No, I don't like that.
Nope.
Or into a care home.
Yep, no, never. Things moved. There were noises. Staff saw things. They would even hear residents calling out to them weeks after they died. Ugh.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But there was one particular incident that stayed with her. It happened early one morning around 6 o'clock when Lauren was helping a resident get ready. The woman was quite independent, so Lauren was just in the bathroom preparing some water while the woman got ready. Nothing felt off until Lauren looked out of the bathroom and saw someone else in the bedroom. A solid black figure, human-like. Lauren stopped and watched as the figure walked behind the resident. Eventually, she noticed Lauren staring and turned to look at what she was looking at. And then the figure vanished. It was there 1 second, and then it wasn't. Shocked, Lauren left the room and told her co-workers what she'd seen. But the weirdest part, she wasn't frightened. She said she didn't feel threatened, she just felt stunned. And it wasn't a one-off sighting. Lauren said that she saw the figure throughout her time at the home, sometimes walking along the corridors, sometimes standing in the doorway of a resident's room, always somewhere that it shouldn't have been. I would think that I was going mad.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. The fact that it was there and then it didn't just fade away, it was just boom, gone. Like, and the fact that the resident was just like...
Yeah, Nana was like, what you looking at? No.
And the fact that it wasn't one-off either, like she saw it multiple times, and that it was weird for something to not happen on a night shift.
This is what I can't get past. She was like, and obviously, like, the people who've been dead for weeks, we'd hear them shouting us.
Yeah, that in itself could be a story.
Yeah, but she really glossed over that.
Like, Lauren!
Yeah, come on, mate, help us out. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's odd. And I know a few people who worked in care homes, and I do want to ask, if you've worked in a care home, have you ever had this experience? Have you ever heard former residents who've recently passed away calling out to you? Like, is this, like, how often is this happening? Like, I know that nurses have this thing where when there's a full moon, people don't like to be on shift because people go a bit weird. Like, there's actually, like, full moon shifts, like aggressive crime and things like that skyrocket. So I'm like, is this a similar kind of thing where it's just like people die all the time, so their spirits remain?
Oh my God.
Did you know about the full moon thing?
No.
Yeah, it's a common thing, yeah.
I'm not a nurse, so obviously it's cool to me, but it's obviously...
It makes sense because, like, obviously lunar activity, it affects waves and things like that. So, like, actually affecting people and making them more aggressive makes sense where the werewolf thing comes from as well. Yeah. It's just, like, people get more angry. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. What do you think it was? The black figure?
Former resident, maybe. And, like, I'm not a believer, but the more that we've been sent these stories, the more... I mean, and we've both got our own as well. The more that I'm like, there must be something.
Do you not think it's death?
Death itself.
Yeah, just like...
And you know what? That didn't even occur to me. Oh my God, we need to find out if that woman died soon after that. Lauren.
Baxi not doing FOI request.
Lauren, please message us. Did that resident die soon after that, or is she still with us? Hopefully she's still with us. I don't know how long ago this was.
Yeah, within reason.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. We're going to message her. We'll let you know next episode, or the episode
Promise
after.
Under threat.
Shadow.
Next story comes from Connor, who told us that for a good few years, he has been followed by a black shadow. You might think that sounds like something he should be discussing with his GP or maybe his optician, but other people have seen it too. Several people, including his partner, have spotted it hanging around him, usually out of the corner of their eye, and Connor swears he has never told anybody about it, apart from us. You know, in advance, he's never been like, keep an eye out for that shadow that's following me around. This is, as far as he's concerned, they're the people bringing it up. He said sometimes he can actually feel the presence when the shadow's there, but it doesn't feel threatening. He doesn't think it's trying to harm him. It's more like it's just there. And he has a couple of theories about why it might be hanging around him. He said, very sadly, he's lost a lot of close friends over the years, and he thinks maybe it's one of them just keeping an eye on him. It's quite nice, isn't it? It's a nice thought.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. And there's one friend in particular that he associates with it. A few years ago, he rented a room in an old farmhouse, and he became close with the woman who owned it. He said she was like a best friend and her grandma rolled into one. He said he was absolutely heartbroken when she died, and he still has a painting that she did when she was a child, and it's hanging in his living room. But there's something very strange about that painting. Every now and then, it just falls off the wall. He said none of the other paintings, none of the pictures, nothing on the walls does that in the house apart from this one painting. And his partner, who's also seen it, agrees it just comes out of nowhere. Could the shadow be one of his old friends checking in on him, or is it something connected to the painting? Connor can't say for sure. He just knows that every so often, out of the corner of his eye, he sees the shadow.
I love this one. It feels very wholesome. It feels like comforting. Unfortunately, I've lost a few friends over the years as well, and having that kind of connection to someone, I feel would be amazing. And if it doesn't feel threatening, I would hope it was someone that I cared about. How about you?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's really nice. And I feel like, obviously everything's about me, but I would be the kind of person to leave you a painting in my will, and then every so often just be like, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not even scary as well, if it's just like, oh, she's here again. God, Laura, can you clean up while you're here?
Like an inconvenience. I think it's very sweet. Like, he's not bothered about it, clearly. I feel sorry for his partner.
James. Hi, James. James is a big fan.
Sorry, James. Sorry about the shadow, mate. But thank you for being a fan. I feel sorry for his partner who's like, it's here again. But no, it's nice. It's nice to have a kind of a wholesome... I'm not going to say this one's death, is what I'm saying. This is sweet.
I feel like this is probably the friend he made. And I like as well when someone a bit younger makes a friend with like an older person, like it's cross-generational.
Like me and you.
Ah, what, the same age?
You're about to turn 36.
Yeah, but I look 25.
Yeah, you do.
I'm a millennial, that's what we all say. But yeah, I think that's really nice that she was like a grandmother, but also a friend all rolled in one. And she's just kind of like, Connor, I'm still here, don't forget about me. I'm here and I always will be. I kind of love that. I wish that everyone who passed on could give us them same kind of signals.
Yeah. Thank you, Connor. And
Thank
sorry,
you,
James.
Connor.
Sorry you're living with it too.
Nah, he deserves it.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking, James. I love you. Really. So, next story. And this is terrifying.
It's a whopper.
This is next level, and it's also coming from Lauren, who I feel might be haunted. Like, she might need to see an exorcist. Lauren, I adore you, and our voice note conversations have been amazing, but this is terrifying, and that's why this had to be the bottom of the iceberg, because this is next level.
The road.
So Lauren loves all things spooky. She likes horror mazes, she likes horror films, she likes horror games. She's my kind of girl because I'm right there with you, and as are you. Yeah. We all love all things spooky. So she's not someone who tends to get easily spooked, which makes her story even more terrifying. It was October and she was driving home from her friends with her fiance. The journey usually took around 45 minutes and it was through an isolated stretch of farmland. That's not right.
Farmland.
It was woodland.
Farmland.
Farmland.
Oh, Batman.
Spider-Man. Listen, we've all had a drink.
If you haven't, you should.
The journey usually took around 45 minutes and included a long, isolated stretch of woodland. Not farmland.
No farmland here.
Don't laugh.
Sorry.
This is very serious.
No, I'm sorry, Lauren. I feel terrible.
Trees, fields, trees again for around 15 minutes. They'd then pass an industrial estate, which is when they knew they were about to reach the main road. Safe to say, they knew the route well, which meant they couldn't put what happened next down to being lost or confused. Darkness was settling over the isolated road when, from out of the trees, something drifted in front of them. At first, Lauren thought that it was a white plastic bag, But then she realised it was glowing. Haunted Aldi bag. Maybe. That's what I'd hope. But it wasn't being blown about. It was directly in front of their car. Lauren's fiance slowed down the car, assuming that it'd move. Spoiler, it didn't. Shit. The car kept getting closer, and then suddenly, it went directly upwards. Right?
No.
Terrifying. It went straight over the roof of their car. Lauren turned to see where it had gone, and there was nothing. Then she noticed something in the trees. Small circles of light, almost like torches, but no one was holding them. As the car moved along, it seemed to follow them, watching them. Then her fiancé said something so quiet she almost missed it. Those trees aren't real. Lauren didn't understand what he was saying at first, but then when she looked into the tree line, it started to make sense. The trees were flickering, almost like holograms. They drove in silence as the road stretched ahead in front of them. But it felt like they'd been driving for longer than usual. Relief washed over her as they realised that they were in an open field. They were almost out. But then something fell from the trees. A large black shape. It looked almost curled up as it hit the side of the road. As the car got closer, Lauren saw it stand up, and it was bigger than the car. She didn't dare look directly at it. She knew the rules of these kind of things. If you see it, you don't look directly at it. If you hear something, you didn't hear it. Don't acknowledge it and keep your eyes forward. You're so in this.
I don't like this one.
You're locked in.
I don't like it at all.
She recited these rules to her fiancé as they accelerated to up to 90 miles per hour down the road. I'm not going to say her surname so she can't get in trouble, but she did do this. When they arrived home, she went straight for a cigarette and replayed the images over and over in her head. Had they both seen the same thing? Well, there was only one way to see this for sure. She asked her fiancé to write down everything from his perspective while she did the same. The descriptions were almost identical, and they've been trying to explain it ever since. They think the first object might have been like a will-o'-the-wisp, basically a mischievous woodland sprite. But the trees, the lights, and whatever was next to the car, they still have no explanation. Thoughts?
Horrible.
Awful. And she's sent us a picture of the kind of car that she had. And the fact that this object was bigger than this is terrifying. Shot of car right now. Can you see it? Yep. Imagine it. Picture it. We might put like a weird black thing around it. There you go. They have visuals. We don't.
We will do that.
Yeah, we will do in the edit. But yeah, terrifying. Interesting to me that they didn't speak about what they'd seen because she knows the rules. She's into horror. She knows if you see anything like this, don't acknowledge it. Don't talk about it. Just keep your eyes on the road or keep your eyes in front of you and just don't invite it in. She knew that. So the fact that they didn't say anything until they got back, both wrote down each of their experiences and then they matched.
I wouldn't have been able to do that. I'm a narrator at heart, right? So you would have lived it with me.
Like, what the fuck is that?
This big fella, look at him, he stood up, he's got legs, go. Oh my gosh.
Well, it was a plastic bag 2 seconds ago. Why is it bigger than the car?
Hit it.
Yeah, you would.
And I feel like we'd gloss out, because of the fella, another shadow fella, we're then kind of ignoring the bag, the spooky lights and the flickering trees.
Aliens?
What's going on? Yeah, I thought aliens.
Maybe aliens. It might not be ghosts. Because yeah, like the fact, like I'm sure you've seen like UFO things online, and like it'll be lights in the sky, and then it just shoots up. Ooh, it shoots up, and then you kind of like, well, that can't be anything that we've made as humankind. Not me and you. We don't do aerospace engineering, but like yeah, like that kind of thing that kind of has that vibe. But then the thing landing at the side of the road and then standing up, having legs and being bigger than the car. I don't know.
I didn't like the way it uncurled as well. Like, why was it already?
And why did it go from white to black?
Oh, so much. Oh, do you think it was the same thing?
Oh, do you think it was two different things?
It was two different things. I thought the bag was like coming to have a look, and then the lights were sort of the second phase, and then they were like sending the.
Unless it was like a UFO spaceship comes down and then it drops out. This is like,
I don't like it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that, I don't like it.
Yeah, Lauren, you're unlucky. I feel like you're a very unlucky girl. You're having all these kinds of horrible experiences, but keep sending them in because they're great for us.
Rather you than me, babe, but thank you very much. for sharing. We hope you enjoyed our little journey into the supernatural. Thank you to everybody who answered our call for spooky stories. We've still got loads more to get through, but we've always got room for more, so please keep sending them in.
This has been Ghoul Gang Unheard.
And we will see you next time.
Whether you're watching or not.
Yeah, whether you want it or not.
Bye.